Hey, y'all, this is Michael Arnone. I was just with Danny on Rock On Radio talking about the Crawfish Fest. Man, it's going to be good. Y'all come on out and hear some great music, eat some jambalaya with us. See you soon, Danny.
We are back again.
Woohoo!
Yet another week
Yes,
at the 2-track studios of Deco Entertainment.
it's a beautiful day outside.
It is. We should be out there. We should do this out there.
We should.
Okay, I'll wait while you set everything up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'll just sit here and say that you're doing great, Claire.
Just like every other day.
Oh.
Was it me and the congas yesterday?
Oh, that's true. That's true. I played congas with the band
No, last week.
last week. The Players,
Players.
Ken Martin and
They really weren't players.
Kevin
They're
Travers. Good Lord. Welcome to Rock On Radio. I am your host, Danny Coleman. Producer Claire is here,
I am.
as you hear, and I am very excited.
You are?
Yes, my potential fiance has returned. It's been a long time.
Yes, yes.
It has.
You proposed on air and everything.
I did.
did.
Well, we'll get to her in a second. since she's being difficult about this whole thing, but we'll get to her.
I don't blame her, but just to
hey!
go on record.
Yikes! All right. Rock On Radio is brought to you by Phoenix Art Supplies and Framing, located on Route 611, otherwise known as Southeastern Road in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. O'Connor's American Bar and Grill of East Hampton, Mount Holly, New Jersey, the official caterers of Rock On Radio. Lillipies of Princeton. They are inside the Princeton Shopping Center, which is at 301 Harrison Street, or North Harrison Street. North Harrison Street.
I think.
In guess where?
Princeton.
Yes, Princeton. Lillipies of Princeton. Jen must make me sourdough bread. I should have got sourdough bread before I left for Myrtle Beach,
You should have.
but I didn't.
But then you would eat it all.
Oh, yeah, it's the goal, isn't it?
Like
Which,
in one
speaking of
sitting.
bread, my parents, who did nothing but complain when they first moved to Florida, then Myrtle Beach, for 20-some years, did nothing but complain about how they can't get good bread and good rolls, pizza, anything.
New Jersey is, right?
Decide when I go to Myrtle Beach, by the way, if you go to a Publix, can you pick me up a loaf of that 5-grain Italian bread? What? I thought you didn't like their bread. Oh, this bread's really good, though.
They're brainwashed.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Oh, there's that term again. So apparently, I had to go to Publix while I was in Myrtle Beach.
I get it. I get it.
to
Didn't
get-
they like sandwiches or something down there too? You're gonna bring them back a sandwich? Didn't they like their public sandwiches?
I don't know. Well, the hoagies. Yeah,
oh,
the-
hoagies.
the-
sorry.
The whatever.
I'm a
they
North
call them.
Jersey girl. I don't call them hoagies.
What do you call them? Subs.
Yeah.
Marlboro is not North Jersey.
My parents are from New York City.
Well, that's not North Jersey either.
Well, that's north. That's where do you think where do you think the North Jersey people came from? It's more north than
I
you.
always head south.
I was not
Fine.
attached to Philly. Sorry.
Okay, so all right. Now I forget where I
Publix,
was.
bread, sourdough.
No, I'm not worried about that. We're done with that.
I know, back
we
up.
Have we have to get to our guest.
Go, hurry up.
I'm very quick.
Let's go. You're the one that talked about your parents.
Why do you have to bring them up? Why do I have to bring them up? They're costing me a fortune.
Come on. All right,
Thank
you
you
got a
very
couple
much.
more. Let's go.
Wow. See when the Iron Fist comes out, how it is around here. I'm glad she showed that side on air. It's really, fine.
Time's a wasting.
Dee Dee's Lights, the official
Chandler.
Chandler of Rock On Radio. They, if you go to Dee Dee's Lights on social media, DEEDEES, LIGHTS, and still sometimes they LITES.
Don't confuse them.
You go there. She's the official candleist of Chandler of Rock On Radio. Mm-hmm. She makes all of our candles.
And I love the latest. It's so good.
You like it?
Oh, yeah.
I did pretty well on my own, didn't I?
You did. I'm very proud of you. That's very nice.
It cost me like $110 for lunch that day, but it really did.
It was worth it, though. They smell really good.
They are nice candles. Mm-hmm. Deeds did a great job. The Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation, JSJBF.org. The Blind Squirrel and Zemla were back in Mississippi.
Yes, they were.
Christine is a very
amazing person.
Yes, but she's also a very enthusiastic Emmett Till.
Oh, that's right.
Historian.
Mm-hmm.
And she was invited by his cousin, Emmett Till's cousin, to go to a event that they're having down there as his guest. So that's really cool for Christine.
But coming up on June 27th at the Lauren K. Woods Theater at 8 p.m., you get to a little bit of Clarksdale's coming.
Oh, that's right. Big A is coming back.
That's right.
This guy was funny as could be. We were in Clarksdale.
Yeah.
And the venue we wanted to go to is a place called Red's Juke Joint. Okay? And it was raining. And when it rains in Clarksdale, apparently this causes all kinds of problems. The Bad Apple can't open because the roof leaks too bad, and the Red's has electrical issues.
I had to fix a transformer. There was the night before was a tornado close by.
So we were supposed to see, there were tornadoes like 40 miles east or west of us, one or the other. I can't remember what it was, but so we had some really nasty thunderstorms come through the area, and we were supposed to see a young up-and-coming blues artist from the area named Edna Nicole. Mm-hmm. Edna Nicole. Mm-hmm. And then on the next night, we were supposed to see this guy, Anthony Big A. Sherrod.
Who had come up to New Jersey before a couple years ago.
A few years ago, he had come up to New Jersey to perform in Monmouth University. Mm-hmm. It was put on by the Springsteen Archives and all that stuff, right? So we go over to Red's, discover it's closed. So we go over to another place, and they had which was odd, they had a country band. And it was kind of crowded, so we didn't go in there. So we went over to this other place, and the guy's just packing his stuff up. He did an acoustic act from 6 to 8. So we're like, oh, well, we came over here. And he's like, well, you want to hear music? Hold on. He makes a phone call. He makes his phone call and hands the phone to Christine Zemla. And she's like, uh-huh. Yeah, well, there's like 9 of us. Okay. She hangs the phone up, gives it back to the guy, says they'll be here within the hour. All of a sudden, Edna Nicole
and Big A,
Lala,
Slim,
Slim, the bass player, Lala Craig's drummer, B, who I got to jam with.
Yep.
When we were down there. They all just show up, set up, give us a private concert for an hour.
That was amazing. It was
That's
so cool.
awesome.
And Big A comes in. He's like,
up.
Big A comes in. He's like, man, you have to give me a minute. I was home cleaning fish.
Because it was his night off. He was supposed to play the next night, but that was canceled too. So
they did that for you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep, for our group.
That's right.
So it was fun. It was great.
Correct.
But he's coming up again, and then a few other people are coming up too. So you have to make it. Go to the Lauren K. Woods Theater that night, and I guess tickets are coming.
You can find out more on the JBF.org.
And we'll share it on our once I get more information.
Yes.
Anyway, continue.
Sinister Footwear. Go to sinisterfw.com. Check out some of the wild, crazy socks that Tina has, and then use the promo code DCR SOCKS. SOCKS, not SOX. And not SUCKS.
CK.
Yeah, correct. So DCR socks, you'll get 10% off at checkout. New Jersey Stage, NewJerseyStage.com, where you could be listening to this program right now on the Penguin Rocks. One of the finest, if not the finest, arts and entertainment magazine. Covers the entire Garden State, all of the arts, all of the entertainment, and it spreads out a little bit to Philly, New York.
It doesn't hurt that you write for them.
Delaware.
Woo-hoo,
Delaware.
Where?
Delaware. If that's in New Jersey, what does Delaware?
Anything she wants,
Ooh.
Or nothing.
Yeah. Ooh.
which is also anything.
Continue. Come on.
Thank you.
Stay on course.
But you got me all shook up
It's
there.
like herding cats over here, man. It's like
Bless my soul, what's wrong with me?
Many things.
Wow.
where do we start?
She turned you that fast?
Turns it. You have to understand.
So, Chandler.
You're not as in as you think.
Asbury Park Vibes. Go to AsburyParkVibes.com. Especially if you're a band, a solo artist, you need a photographer for business purposes, websites,
Press release.
headshots for acting or any of that sort of thing. Go to AsburyParkVibes.com. If you're a band or solo artist, you need a bio for a website, press release. They have 15 photographers on staff. Diane and Doug have a great podcast, which recently they interviewed Burton Cummings of the Guess Who in studio, too, I
Nice.
believe, which is really cool.
And they housed Dave Argo's 5th anniversary.
And
which
they
was
have the
live
Rock on
streamed.
Radio Christmas Spectacular
That's
the
right.
last 2 years. And as I
still
was
have the
cleaning
key?
out my truck, I found the key.
Good.
We still have a key to Asbury Park Vibes. You guys want to take a road trip?
Yeah.
It's like a,
Yeah,
Let's go. Always.
like the key to a city, you know.
That's right. Correct. I
Very
deserve that, I think.
You deserve a lot of things.
Yes, thank you. I'm not even going to look at her. Oh, my. This
You're
could be-
almost there. You're almost
This
there.
could be the first show that had a proposal and a breakup on the same show. Just saying.
I'm
a
married.
proposal would include a ring. I just want to
Exactly,
point that
right?
out.
Exactly. Well, he did give Sandy some
I
crazy thing that
know.
day.
To give you,
To give you.
Oh,
Was it made of a
right.
napkin or
Sandy
something?
Hall,
It was like,
Sandy Hall is actually signed to Deco
I
Entertainment.
know she is. I went on the website, but I don't recall
He's
any
all talk.
mention of transfer of the ring.
Exactly.
I'm
So,
not going to put that on the website.
and
Kenny will find
I
it.
don't take seconds. So
But you got
burn.
Kenny.
Yeah. So you're second.
your point.
Yeah. You already.
Good Lord. Trying to give her money's worth. They drove a long way to be here today. So,
You're almost done. You can
okay,
give two
almost
more.
done. We have Tyndall Road Brewery. Mm-hmm. I talked to Marcy, and I will go there very soon.
Taste test day.
Yes, soonly I shall arrive at Tyndall Road Brewery, 102 Farnsworth Avenue in Bordentown, New Jersey. Then stay tuned for my pick of the week.
Month.
Dan's liver says, drink this. That's what it's going to say. Correct.
And our big event coming up.
That's right. We are the, yes, exactly. There will be trumpets and much fanfare
That's right.
as we are the MCs for the Doylestown Music Fest in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. We will be emceeing the main stage from 12 to 5 on June 7th. The Rock the Block event.
That's right. And you're going to do most of the talking. as you normally do.
You think?
I don't get up and do the MC things. You're good like that.
Well,
I hand you the piece of paper to tell you what to say. Here.
see, this is what happens.
Because you're good. I know your strengths. You're good like that.
Well, thank you for that. Remember, write that down, too. Who else do we have?
That's
it. Right? Excuse me. How can they find out about us, Claire?
Go to dcror.com, which is the short link for Danny Coleman's rockonradio.com.
And Facebook is Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio, the number 2. Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2. Instagram at Rock On Radio, all one word, all capital letters. This is like BB Newworth.
I know. We've looked forward to this day. Yay.
We have.
As have we.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've driven a long way to come see us today.
Many, many moons.
We're
Many moons have passed in my tribal thing.
tribal thing.
Everybody should have a tribal thing. Please welcome our good friend, Gretchen Emory. Woo!
Thank you.
Yay. Of the Gretchen Emory Band.
Hello, Gretchen.
It's true. Hi, Danny. Hi, Claire. Hey.
Who have you brought with you
excited
on
to
this
be
day?
here.
I'm going to do the whole interview in this Barry
In
White
that, you think?
voice. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see how long you can maintain that.
About 30 seconds.
Not even.
I just want to say 3 things about your intro first before I introduce who's with me. Because as you know, I am accustomed to hijacking your program.
That's
No.
okay. Hijack away.
Number 1, I love Burton Cummings. I love his voice. So,
Beyond me, why he's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
well, that's criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely should be. So thank you for bringing him up today. Lillipies were at your Rock on Radio
At the
15th
anniversary party,
party.
yeah.
Yes.
I remember them well. And your parents are adorable. I don't care what kind of bread they like or sandwiches or anything else. They are the cutest.
They are.
They are the cutest.
You want him?
You.
Maybe.
I'll give him away.
Maybe. Are they living in Myrtle Beach?
No, I had to bring them.
You brought them up here.
I had to go down Lasso and bring them back.
We could share them.
Nah,
My
okay.
parents are gone, so I could use another set.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's cute.
Well, thank
Well,
you very much.
you're very welcome. And yeah, we had a great drive up here. We've taken drives for Rock on Radio
That's right.
before, and they're always worth
And
it.
they're much appreciated, actually.
And we appreciate.
It made my
you.
day to see you guys come to the 15th anniversary last
That
year.
was so much fun.
Yeah. With your daughter,
we had a
too, which
blast,
was
and we
nice to
brought
meet
my
her.
daughter.
Yeah, that's great.
She had a great time. It
Good.
was a cute little town. We walked around and took advantage of some of the other
And you know,
shops
shortly
and stuff.
after that party, they closed
I
the
heard
venue.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, our producer Derek, who you know, Derek Chafin, his son Leif is a drummer in a band. They played a gig there.
Oh.
Right, it was like a showcase, like a bunch of kids, like punk bands and stuff. They played a gig there, like right before it closed. I think they were there. They must have been there like the next weekend or
Yeah, it was weird
shortly
'cause
thereafter.
There was no
shortly after your
like
party.
like
Announcement
warning.
or
Yeah,
anything.
It wasn't until all of a sudden I was like, oh, we're closing in like 2 weeks.
But I thought it was so strange. Like we were there, and then Derek said, "Yeah, Leif had this gig at Lake Como, a place called Salty's." Kenny and I were just there. We were just there for Danny Coleman's 15th anniversary,
Which was a year ago.
it's hard to believe. That was a
know.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
he
a
just
lot of
celebrated
fun.
16 years, so yeah.
Yeah, last Sunday was 16 years.
Congratulations.
Or 2 weeks ago.
That's no
26th
small
of April.
feat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have with me today Mike Leger, who is our drummer.
Thank you for doing this.
And we also brought Mike's lovely wife, Denise, who
Yeah, the hand signals don't work too well
She's
on radio.
she's done. She's exhausted her words for this interview. Now, and we're so glad they could both make the trip today. We have we have a keyboard player, Frank Donato, and we have our bass player, Randy Waters, who were not available today. And we have a bunch of people who played on the album. We've got 2 backup singers, Michelle and Reneth, who will be playing at our album release, and a percussionist, Joanna Justice, who's amazing, and Jay Davidson on sax will also be joining us. And none of the songs that are on the album would have been written without Kenny Wendell, my husband and guitar player, and he's, I told him he had to rehearse for the show, so he stayed home today, but he's busy. Fact is, he's probably trading guitars or amps or something. I stay out of it because it's whatever. Go trade away.
It's probably for the best.
I think it's for my mental health.
Yeah.
As long as, it's a tone quest. It's a constant tone quest, that guitar player thing.
Well, you guys, we enjoyed being at your house party, which was fun.
Wasn't that so much
was
fun?
So you guys jam and just hang out in the other room, and it was wonderful.
And I was so rude because I didn't even make sure that Danny, that you got a chance to play. I did not know this till after, or I didn't think I wasn't thinking about it at the time. So we're going to have another house party.
Ooh, fun.
My best friend Lisa, who's at all of our shows and helps with everything, is it was her home.
Oh, nice.
So she hosted it. So she kept saying after the party, "When are we going to have another band party? When can we have another
That
band
is so
party?" I'm
fun
like,
having a band.
let's do it not in January again. And
Was that in January?
It was in January.
It was a nice day.
Yeah, I would say it didn't seem
It was January.
cold, so yeah.
But
So I was standing
we'll
on
do
your
it.
porch yelling at people, "Get off my lawn!"
Oh, you were on the porch
and you
smoking.
did it well.
And it wasn't even your house.
But you had a role to fill, and you took it seriously.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have another house party, and we're gonna call it Danny's Turn to Play.
Oh, please don't do that.
No, but we really are. We're gonna have another one
That'll be
in
fun.
Excellent.
October.
Nice.
And we also did not want to conflict with the Christmas party extravaganza because
Oh, right.
Kenny and I and the band, we always end up missing that. We usually, the past couple years have had a gig when you have had your
That's right.
Christmas party. So, this
Which is at
time-
Asbury Park Vibes.
well,
Because I have a key. She doesn't know we have
you
this
got
party,
the right
but I have a key.
vibe, apparently. So thank you for having us.
Yay.
We're happy to be here.
Yay.
No, we are thrilled to be here. If you're just tuning in, Gretchen Emory of the Gretchen Emory Band is here, and she brought along Mike and Denise. Mike is her drummer, and Denise keeps him in line.
Absolutely.
And
There
Mike
you
is
go.
bad at math. We should just put that out there right now, so we don't get into any math.
He can count to
No.
four.
I've been married for 30 years. I know that.
And that's all you need to know, Mike.
That's all I need.
So
and you,
why
and
why
you can count to
is
four, so that's all that matters. One.
why is Gretchen?
one
That's right. You can count to 4.
Sometimes. Sometimes. I've gotten the stare when I can't count to 4.
Whoa. Well, then she shouldn't write stuff in 6/8.
Yeah.
Good point.
I don't even want to know how bad I'd screw that up.
So, actually, I'm gonna stay with you for a second, Mike.
Okay.
So, how did you become involved with the love
So-
of my ever so short life
Oh
I
boy.
played in previous.
with Gretchen?
Yeah, I played in a couple previous bands with Randy Waters, our bass player, and so I played with Randy, and when I heard Randy was involved in this, and their drummer was leaving, if Randy's in, I'm in. So that's kind of how it all came about. That's the short version.
But wait, there's more.
Which one?
Don't you want to back up a little bit?
Well, I was born in '62. How far back do you want to go?
So,
No.
do you remember?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I answered a Craigslist ad for a guy that was looking for a drummer, and he had a sax player, I believe it was, and he said, "Hey, I got this great guitar player. We're going to meet at his house, And just prior to that, I had done an acoustic gig with Gretchen and Ken, and then they were like, "All right, see ya. Thanks for, didn't hear anything from him." So he says, I got this great guitar player. We're going to go to his house and we're going to jam and it's going to turn into something. I said, okay, cool. So we get there and we pull up. It's Ken's house. It's like, oh, I know that. I know this guy, and we were just goofing around playing, and Gretchen came home from, I don't know where you were. And I say, hi, Mike. And I was like, how does she know who? I said, oh, that's great. So then, fast forward a year or so when their drummer left, that's how I joined.
Nice. So when you played,
it all goes back to Randy Waters.
It all like all roads, lead to
yeah,
Randy Waters.
Yeah,
all the Frank, our keyboard player, Mike, both came through Randy. I've known Randy longer than I've known Kenny. So we've been friends for a very long time.
He's the best bass player in Delaware.
Oh, nice.
He has a trophy to prove it.
He has a trophy to prove it.
He does.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
So Randy, Kenny and I had an acoustic gig, and we said, we'd really like to have a percussionist. And, not all percussionists are drummers, and not all drummers can play percussion. But Mike is multi-talented; he can do both. So Randy suggested that we call Mike, and as described, he did. I think I don't even know if you came to a rehearsal. Did we rehearse?
We did not.
We did not. He showed up at the show, and it was as he described. He showed up. We played. We said thank you very much, and we never saw each other again.
He shoved me out the door
until he went on Craigslist. And when you were jamming with Kenny and his friends. On that Craigslist, extravaganza. Thank you. I walked in the house and I just walked up the steps, but I caught this glimpse of light in the corner of the room.
That was the light reflecting off my head. I get that a lot.
I went, wait a minute, that looks familiar. And I did a double take. I backed up and I poked my head around the corner of the room. Like, oh, it's you in my house.
It was me.
And the rest is history.
That's it.
And he's wonderful. He's great.
I'm having a blast with this band, so it's the best.
Now, is that because, and I don't care which one of you two answer this, but as a drummer myself, who enjoys blues music more than any other genre, is that the same reason? I mean, blues is, especially after what Claire and I just saw in March when we went to Clarksdale, blues music is, I think, at times has a really bad reputation. Did Claire teach you that?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Mine does that all the time.
I was watching her, and I figured, let me try it.
Mine usually does it.
It works.
Boing.
Blues music a lot of times suffers a very bad reputation for various reasons. And people don't realize that there's so many types of blues music. And it's not just the stuff that's the slow, or some scratchy recording of Robert Johnson doing Crossroads, So what is it that attracted either or both of you to that genre?
You want to go first?
No, I was hoping.
All right,
you
I'll
would
go first. I'll go first. So I've played in actually a couple what you would call traditional blues bands, like da da da, right? And they're good, I loved it, had a blast. But when I started playing with Kenny and Gretchen, it was kind of natural right from the beginning, you know what I mean? But what I like about that is you can't call every song a blues song. There's like a variety, ballads, faster songs. I mean, it's just, I love it. It's different, because the other bands were the same thing every song. That's what they liked, and they never got out of that. I don't want to call it a rut, but that rut, But yeah, I mean, the variety of songs is what I love, Okay. So, and the blues bands were covers, and we had a couple originals, but this is all original. So
it's my first exposure to like blues music was when I was 12, and I started listening to Zeppelin.
Yeah.
I was given 4 for my 12th birthday, but then I was like, whoa. And so I went out and bought 1. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is great. Yeah, then I'm looking at who the heck's this Willie Dixon guy, So, and then from there, it just kind of snowballed.
Yeah.
And you realize that there are probably only like 3 blues songs in the entire world. They just keep getting recycled and done by so many different people.
Yeah.
New
Just
lyrics.
look at like I just said, Crossroads. How many bands have done and recorded Crossroads? Which, by the way, the Dead Daisies just put out a blues album of all cover tunes of blues music.
Very cool.
You know who's in the Dead Daisies?
Yeah,
right?
we had some guy on.
Turn it up.
Yeah.
John Corabi.
John Corabi.
That's right. So,
I'm here for the sound. Don't ask me. Don't quiz me.
I need to stay in my lane.
Exactly. I don't know all that stuff, even though I've been here 7 years.
so now, Gretchen, I know we've talked about this on a couple of occasions, but refresh our listeners. What drew you to?
What's my YouTube? Gretchen Emory Band.
Okay.
Gretchen Emory Band. Was that the question?
No, I said what drew you to, and then
YouTube.
What's your YouTube?
I said,
and
what
I thought
drew you to? And you said, oh, my YouTube is.
I heard what's your YouTube? And I thought, well, that's a strange segue. Normally that comes at the end, but it's your show, Dan. So
And then you never know what kind of question you're going to get.
sometimes it's my show. Danny's shaking his head. What drew me? So working with Kenny. So Kenny and I have been working together musically for 25 or 30 years, and blues is his center. But also, he grew up in a Cuban neighborhood in North Philly, and was exposed to a lot of Latin sounds and rhythms, and he was influenced by other things as well, like Motown and other stuff. So he has blues at his core, but then he has all this other kind of influence that makes him a really interesting guitar player. And he does play lead, but he's his favorite thing is playing rhythm, and of course when we write, that's what he's doing. But the way he plays and the way he writes music, he uses space as a tool, and the space and the rhythm and the sound. He just has a very unique, I think, way of winding those things together. And I don't know other guitar players quite like him. I am a little biased, but so with him, I'm working with him. We wrote a few songs early on, and we were covering a lot of blues music because that's what he listened to a lot, and that's what he was drawn to. I love everything. I'm a rocker at heart, and I got turned on to Bonnie Raitt early on, and Nina Simone and Aretha Franklin, and so when we started working together and found our producer Derek at Barn Sound Studio,
Which is a cool place, by
which
the
is
way.
a super cool
very
place.
cool,
Derek Chafin has a super cool studio, and he's an awesome guy and fabulously talented producer. He saw something in our original music that really no one had acknowledged in quite the same way before. And the way he put it is, you are somewhere where soul and blues intersect, and that's a very it's a very fine line there. So I say all that to say we never always fit the model of a traditional blues band, but we were welcomed by the blues community and sort of fit in that space because, as you say, blues is broad. It's a lot of
It welcomes
it's
a lot.
lot of things. It's a lot of things, and through that, thankfully, we've played lots of blues festivals, and we won a local competition to play at the International Blues Challenge down in Memphis
That's
in
cool.
2013. That was super cool, and it's been a great community to be a part of. So,
Yeah.
Gretchen Emory Band. At
That's our YouTube. That's our YouTube. You want to know what our Facebook is?
Sure, Mike. Go ahead.
Yes.
Gretchen Emory Band.
So,
Enunciate.
yes, please. So, well, then that brings me to, and this will be quick and painless because I don't want to really
That's a red
get
flag.
her upset.
Yeah.
But so Denise,
Oh boy.
yes, Denise.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, see, she's already traumatized.
She already knows.
So Denise, can you hear
I can
now?
hear.
Okay, good. So I this is probably something nobody's asked you in a long time.
Usually nobody asks me anything.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm going to ask you. So, what are your intentions with my friend Michael?
Yeah, I'd like to know that.
Intentions are. No, I'm very happy that Michael gets to pound on his drums and enjoy what he likes to do. I mean, that's his thing. I'm glad that he's following his dream, basically.
You know what? It can be very tough being the significant other of a musician. In your case, spouse. Because there's a lot of late nights, there's a lot of suspect venues, there's a lot of rehearsals, there's a lot of time that is taken away from. So kudos to you for being strong enough to allow him to follow his passion and enjoy things.
I think we decided a long time ago that we both have different interests, and we respect that, and it works for us.
Okay.
I like to shop, and he likes to play on the drums, so it works.
Well, you know what? It does work because now she could buy you a new set of DWs. She likes to shop. Give her the
She would
drum
only
catalog.
shop for drums instead of.
Come on. Now, you weren't there, right? You said 2013. So
Correct. Yeah.
in Memphis, if you ever get a chance when you're in Memphis to go to the Memphis Drum Shop, they got a room the size of this, if not bigger, nothing but cymbals. I walked in there, it was like I heard a chorus of angels. They got an old Ludwig Speed King pedal in the cement in the sidewalk. It's like, I'm thinking that's my pedal.
No, I could spend some time there.
Oh yeah. So, all right, I won't torture you anymore.
Okay.
Denise. At least not for the next 10 or 15 minutes. I may torture you again in the future.
Can I say one thing though before you take your headphones off? Denise has been such a great supporter of not just Mike and his, being a musician. Well, I'm sorry, a drummer.
Whoa!
But she's a supporter of our band and of the music and we have at least one song I know is Addie is very special to Denise and you and so she's she's one of us.
Yay.
She's part of us, and you bring other people in. So we thank you for loving
thank
and
you.
sharing.
We enjoy it.
Yeah, good. Thank
Oh, good.
you.
I was going to say, you agree with everything she said? Otherwise, I could have my lawyers, Monk, and Kramer, contact.
Which is another band. He's delusional thinking they're lawyers, that's all.
There's that word again.
Delusional?
Yeah, delusional.
So I do have to say she has supported this addiction for 30 years. I was actually completely away from playing for years, and it's her fault. She bought me a drum set.
Oh.
So
That's
like
that's
she
how
shot.
deal.
that's how I got back into it.
That's
yeah.
good shopping.
That's good
That is
shopping.
good
That's
shopping.
right.
Yeah.
I don't think she spent a lot of time picking it out, but
And like that's for you to support him that way, like, and encourage that creativity, and that's who he is. So
You didn't buy him a piccolo, so.
yeah, I don't know if she knew what she was getting into when she bought them.
What kind did she buy you?
Tamas, and I've been ever since.
Nice.
She bought you Tamas, and they weren't the right one, but you still play Tama.
I still do, yes. I didn't
you
care
didn't
at
even
that
know you
point. I
wanted.
was like, just let me at them.
I have 2 drum kits. One of them is a 76 Ludwig set of Ludwig rockers that I
Okay.
bought when I was 14.
Yeah.
And the only thing about that kit, I love the kit, but the hardware was garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So probably in 78, 79, I went out and I started saving my money and I started buying Tama boom stands.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
still use them to
Yep.
this day.
I have stands from the 80s
Yep.
that I still use, yeah.
Yep.
But,
I've got a Zildjian sizzle cymbal that's over 90 years old.
wow.
So, it's
wow.
a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he bought it when he was
I bought
14.
it when I was 12. Yeah. I knew it was coming.
Don't.
Now,
Aren't you glad you came? I told you it would be so much fun.
He said it would be fun.
actually, that helped
Easily.
me out.
Yeah. Do we have to?
Yes,
I
we
mean,
do. We do. We're gone. We're good.
Okay. So, anyway, so now you have this new album.
We do. It's true.
And what's with the title?
What's with the title? I love the way Danny phrases questions. So the title of the album is Little Bit of Time. And it really references that sometimes things just take a little bit of time. And you have to kind of hang with it, whatever it is, and weather the storm. And in a little bit of time, things may be different. So the album as a whole, and all of the songs on it that we wrote are really a journey. I wrote them from my perspective and my experiences in my life, but really, coming to find out what was truly at my heart and in my center, and realizing that sometimes the people that you surround yourself with or who are around you, or the things you're doing, the places you're going, whatever's in your life is not necessarily you. Do you know what I mean? And that it took a little bit of time to realize that I'm more than all of the people and things around me, and that was important, because then you can really kind of sail from there. And Speaking of sailing, I had a thought and it sailed away. Where did it go? But there's
Is it somewhat of a journey of self-discovery for you?
Thank you for encapsulating in 3 or 4 words what I struggled to say in 15 sentences. Yeah, journey of self-discovery. Thank you, Danny. I was going to quote a verse from the song that's what nails it for me is, took a little bit of time till you loved me just like I wanted you to do. Took a little bit more till I realized the only love I needed was my own.
Which is true.
Which is true.
And you're debuting this. Is this its debut, or you cheating on me with that station in Delaware?
Hey, now we're not even going to go there.
It's not cheating.
You're not going to that station?
I'm an artist.
Wait.
A jealous radio host? Oh, my goodness.
We share, Danny.
Exactly.
We share.
Music is for everyone.
Thank you, Claire.
Expand.
We
Okay,
share.
all right. I'm hormonally imbalanced. Whatever you want to call it.
Oh, is that what we're calling it nowadays?
Will it help
Okay.
you to know you are our first interview promoting this album?
Excellent.
Okay?
Yes.
So
I'm okay with you going.
And when-
other
and where-
places.
when are we
It's
promoting
really
it?
Claire that has the problem with these things.
Oh, that's
we should
me.
talk about that another time.
Take that offline.
As they say.
Exactly.
So May 16th, Friday, May 16th is when the album drops.
Nice.
And we'll be having an album release party that night at the Queen in Wilmington, Delaware.
Where's that located?
That is at 500 Market Street, North Market Street in Wilmington. It's a fabulous venue. It's a great place to see a show. We'll be upstairs in the Crown Room, and doors open at 7. We play at 8, and then at 9 o'clock ish, another band, friends of ours, Harvey Road, will be playing.
Oh, I've heard of
after
them.
that, and they're awesome. It's so much fun. We just wanted to kind of present the album and then keep the party going. And so we'll play first, and Harvey Road will play after. And tickets are $15.
Nice. Is there food and stuff too? Or?
There will be some food for
Okay.
sale. Yep,
Okay.
food. There's a big bar, and it's a great place to see a show. Seating. There are chairs
Ooh, cheers are good.
and and tables, and importantly, room for dancing.
Except for
So-
you, no, absolutely not.
Stop that. Stop that.
No.
He's chair dancing, everyone. She shut it down quick.
Ooh, you could hurt yourself.
What was the name of this band after you?
Harvey Road.
Yeah.
We've heard of it.
No, you were thinking Harvey Wallbangers. Harvey and the Wallbangers.
I was not
Harvey
thinking of
Road.
Harvey and the Wallbangers.
I don't know Harvey Road's YouTube.
No,
Address,
no,
no.
I could take a guess.
Harvey Road.
Once again, I'm here
Harvey
with
Road.
Gretchen and Mike and Denise, representing the Gretchen Emory Band CD release party, May 16th. Doors open at 7. The Queen in Delaware. And here's the title track of this soon-to-be released album, and it's called
Little Bit of Time.
Took a little bit of time for I realized just what it was that you did to me. Took a little bit of my mind with you. Now I don't know where I go from here. You kept me up late, told me I'm great, made me
Gretchen Emory Band title cut from their soon-to-be-released album, Little Bit. Is it Little Bit of or Little Bit of
Little bit of
Time?
time.
Excellent.
Grammatically correct.
So you were in the process of recording this record when I met you and Kenny at Derek's studio. Right before you went to Muscle Shoals,
Yes.
right? Now, was there a
That's
track
correct.
on here that you did in Muscle Shoals, or
No, the tracks we did 3 other original songs down in Muscle Shoals that are not on this album.
Really?
Those
Wow.
are separate.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a certain reason, or just you don't want to.
Well, we had other songs that we hadn't
right.
already gotten on. They weren't written at the time that we started working on this album. And, because Kenny Wendell,
my man?
if you met Kenny Wendell, he has songs pouring through him all the time. He's got guitar licks and rhythmic riffs and he's just playing all the time. So I say that to say that we have this constant churning of music coming, and so while we were working on this album, new songs were getting written, and 3 of those we took to Muscle Shoals, and we recorded those 3. And in fact, one of them, the band and I were rehearsing in Muscle Shoals for the studio session.
That's
And
right.
we decided, we need to cut that song. It's not like we can't, I don't know. Something wasn't gelling with it. But Derek Chafin, our producer, our boss, he said, no. He said, we're doing that song. And he, I don't know how he does what he does, but he does it well. And he took us and the song and he molded it in a different direction somehow, and it came out amazing. So 3 distinct songs on the Muscle Shoals recordings. Those have not been released yet.
Nice. Do you have them?
Stay tuned. I don't have them with me.
Okay. No, not now. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
But you do have them, right? Like they gave them to you when you finished
Oh,
recording.
yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yep.
You chomping at the bit.
It was, I mean, she's heard this a million times. It was the trip of a lifetime. If you're a musician, not a drummer, but a musician, it was, I mean, just to be in that same studio that all that famous stuff happened was, and the people down there are beautiful. And every day we'd get back to the house that we had and we'd say, it can't get any better than this. And then the next day was better than the last. It was incredible. Nice. It was incredible. I mean, I could spend a whole show just talking about the stuff that happened down there, Like Frank, our keyboard player, got to play on the piano at Fame Studio that they wrote Freebird on.
No?
Different studio. That's
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Muscle.
that we went
Muscle
to.
Shoals
We went to
Studio,
tour
yeah.
the Muscle Shoals Sound Studio, and
He
yes,
got to play on that piano.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's just an incredible trip. And the people are beyond friendly.
Yeah.
It was to the point where like so much amazing and crazy things, like they just started happening immediately. And like Mike said, we couldn't imagine that tomorrow or the next 5 minutes would be any better than the current moment. And we came to a point where people would say, how is it? How was it? How's it going? And we would just say, ridiculous.
Yeah.
How long did
Just
you
like
spend down there?
ridiculous in the best kind of way.
We were a week,
Close
right?
to a week.
Yeah.
Oh, a week. Nice.
Yeah.
And
But-
all the band went?
All the
Yeah,
band
yeah,
and
yeah.
Derek,
And
our
Derek,
producer,
yeah.
came down too.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
he brought Joanna Justice
For
with
percussion,
him
yeah.
for percussion. And actually, if we're gonna be truthful here, I think the way the story went was Joanna found out from Derek that he was coming with us to Muscle Shoals, and she said, "Well, I want to go. You're recording a Fame. I want to be there." So he brought Joanna with him, and that was the first time any of us had met Joanna. Was at Fame. We had one day at Fame, and so Joanna
all
was
day,
back
yeah.
there on the congas, and Kenny and Derek had a set of congas that we put in the car and drove all the way to Alabama,
And they had them
of
there.
course, Fame had congas there, which were what we ended up using. But the congas got to take a trip as well.
Gotta get a sticker on the congas where it's been, you know.
Yeah,
Like a
yes,
travel
exactly.
sticker.
Exactly. So,
If you're just tuning in, I'm here with Gretchen Emory and Mike. Mike, what's your last name, Mike?
Leger.
Leger
Leger.
Yep.
of the Gretchen Emory Band. And Denise.
Leger.
Yes, Denise.
Denise Leger,
Denise Leger.
Yay, Denise.
his lovely wife, yes.
Correct.
Emotional support.
Yeah. I
And
need
yeah.
emotional support.
No, you don't.
I need one of them dogs that they can take
I
on
think
a
he
plane.
does. I think he does need him. Yeah. I think
We'll
we
get you like you used to have a dragon. You used to have a
Bearded dragon.
bearded dragon.
Lizzie.
Poor Lizzie. Lizzie McGuire. That's what her name was.
I did.
I believe you.
rescued a bearded dragon.
He had a rescue dragon.
Yes.
How do you rescue
It
a
seems like
bearded
that should be
dragon?
the other way around. It seems like the dragon should be rescuing you.
Seems like a
When
really
I
or
good
eating
story.
you.
When
don't
I
know.
worked at the hospital, there was a nurse and in the ICU, and she said to me, she said, "You know anybody wants a lizard?" And I'm like,
Lizzie the lizard.
over the years, I've had some really strange requests. Like somebody called me one time and asked me, and this was their terminology, and I don't care how politically incorrect it is. They called me and said, "Hey, we're shooting an album cover. Do you know a midget?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." Because everybody's got one of them.
I was actually in a video with one.
A
small person.
There you
Yeah.
go.
It's a little
So then a few weeks later, Kelly Carvin calls me and she's like, "Danny, this is going to be the oddest request you've heard this, today." And I'm like, "Okay."
Try me.
Try me. Yeah.
And she says, "You know anybody who has a tarantula?" I was like, "Yes, I do."
You're the go-to man.
So when we need the odd and unusual,
Yes.
or just whatever we
Yep.
need, we should call
He's
Dan.
just odd
Yeah.
and
Call me.
unusual.
Curiosities and oddities. I'm the man for you.
Because he's odd and
You are a
unusual.
one-man sideshow
I am.
curator,
So
purveyor.
I am the bearded woman.
Whoa.
Of radio. That's right. I could be anything I want in this day and age.
Yes, you can. And on radio, you can be.
Correct.
Because no one can see
Nobody
you.
can see me. Hi, Gretchen. So,
You did lose
where
that
were
voice.
we going with that conversation? Why did I even go there?
It took a turn.
Speaking of
It
which,
did.
a lot of twists and turns. Speaking of
Welcome
which,
to
Yeah, welcome to Rock on
welcome to the
Radio.
show.
some of the Rock on Radio family's been kind of busy.
Oh, just some?
Some.
Mm-hmm.
Christine Ullman was doing a gig at the Cutting Room.
Okay.
Either it was
Beehive
last
Queen.
week or it's this coming week. I can't remember which. I'd have to look it up. Guess who's in her house band?
A midget?
Tarantula.
This is actually
Bearded
a
dragon.
combination.
Bearded dragon.
This is actually a combination of all three. That's where we were going with that studio. So anyway, Sarah Sano is a member of the house band.
Fun.
Yeah, he's a midget tarantula. We can put him together.
He sits, as long as you just
That's
mic him.
Joe's chair
sit,
right there.
Sit him in
He
the
comes
chair
in
and mic
here,
him.
He sits down. I mic him.
He vapes.
75% of the time he falls asleep, wakes up every night, or he'll laugh when you think he's asleep. But anyway, I'll tell you who Joe Sarasano is in a minute. So anyway, this nurse says, "You know anybody wants this
God, I
lizard?"
forgot about that part
Oh, that's
of the
where we were.
story.
Right.
And I
Right.
said,
The nurse.
and I'm like, I said, "Well, how big is it?" She goes, "I don't know. It's And like
Lizard
she makes
size.
this thing like you put your two thumbs together and hold them up like a goalpost. That's how
I
she's
think they get bigger than that.
how she's saying.
It was bigger than that.
Well, so here I'm thinking, what is it? A chameleon or something? A
salamander.
gecko, something small. I said, "Well, how big's the cage? Is it a 10-gallon fish tank? Is it?" Well, she goes, "Well, it's," and she pretty much holds her hands apart, like maybe the width of a
Your shoulders.
shoulder width apart. I'm like, well, I don't know. Let me see. So a couple days go by, and she's like, "I got to get rid of this lizard. It was my daughter. She doesn't even feed it. I'm afraid it's going to die. I want to get rid of it. She's never home." And Okay.
Lizard McGuire.
I said, you know what? I'll take your lizard. What the heck? I'll stick it up, be something for, it'll be a conversation piece, right? So I get to her house. She's got a 40-gallon tank, the length of this table, and she's got this bearded dragon in there that had to be close to 2 feet long, like a foot and a half long. And I was like, good Lord, that's not this big. She's like, well, I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while. She keeps it down there covered. So I inherited this bearded dragon. I took it home, and I had her for about 2 years, and then she passed away.
Aw.
But I used to take her out, and I would take her and
Where'd you
stick her
go?
on my shoulder. And
To mall or movies or
Outside.
I had an outdoor cage for her, bring her outside
Nice.
for the sun, and she'd get fresh bugs, and she was happy.
Love that.
Every once in a while, you hear a phrase that somebody says that you think to yourself, I've never said that in my entire life. And I'll take your lizard was it for me. I've never said that before to anyone. I'll take your
And
lizard.
you may never. It may never.
I don't
end.
think it's gonna
You just did.
I think
don't
for
think it's gonna
Denise's
happen.
sake,
Yeah.
you should
I
hope
don't think
that.
that's ever going to happen.
You gave me the fingers. Did you see that?
Maybe 2 fingers.
So, do you have any songs about lizards on this new record, Gretchen?
We did, but they ended up getting cut
Off to see the lizard.
off to see the lizard. We had a lizard song.
You could not sing it with a forked tongue,
Or the Lizard of
a
Oz.
forked tongue.
I don't know where to go with that one. You did. You actually really stumped me.
You can go to Gretchen Emory Band.
Go to YouTube.
I think
And
it
there's a comparison video. There's a Selma Hayek with the snake and Dusk to Dawn.
I think
and
it all
Gretchen
goes
Emory
full
with the lizard.
circle and hand in hand with our YouTube, which is Gretchen Emory Band.
.com. So let's play in some more tunes. What do you have?
right.
What would you like us to hit next?
Mike, do you have a song you'd like to?
No, I love them all.
I love them all. Let's play "Being Without You." This is a ballad. Do you want me to tell you about it? You're
about me.
staring at me blankly, being
No, I
silent.
was thinking
Okay,
you wrote it about me because
because I am,
Without you. That is okay.
except for this present
fine, I'll
moment
leave her alone.
where we are together. You're never far from us, Danny or Claire.
That's because you
And
know
we're so-
I joke and I kid, but you know I love you.
I know you do, and we're so grateful. Yeah, so "Being Without You" is a breakup song, and it's sort of like, yeah, I like this "Being Without You." I'm good.
A happy breakup
Yeah.
song.
Nice. Love it.
It's yeah,
You shouldn't have laughed at that.
It's more about me. It's okay.
this was really this song I wrote years and years and years ago, and it was very different. And it actually, for this album, that older song broke off into "Being Without You" and one of the other tracks on this album. So yeah, I love it. It's a beautiful song. I play the flute as well, so
I love
I'm
that.
playing flute on this track. I think it was on a Little Bit of Time. Flute was on a Little Bit of Time as well. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful breakup song.
Okay. Being Without You.
I've tried a million times just to say this to you, and I've tried 1,000 ways. Now that I'm all alone, I ain't feeling blue. I can't get this
Gretchen, is that what you want
We
me to
come
do?
in this
rather
beautiful
than
ballad
announce
and
it?
everybody's laughing.
Gretchen Emory.
Well,
That was,
it's
you know,
a common, it's
It's
a
true.
common mistake.
That's true.
That was
Thank
very,
you, Claire.
Yes.
That was very sexy. That one. I like that one.
Thank you.
That's why I like your voice, because you can go from that to almost growling, in the way you vocalize.
Yeah. It just depends, what the emotion
needs.
is and what I'm feeling and what's going on. And I hope other people, feel something too when they hear our songs. So.
And that's the key. And speaking of which, website, social media.
So our website is GretchenEmory.com. And
How do you spell Emory?
Thank you, Claire. Emory is spelled Emery.
Nice.
So GretchenEmory.com is our website, all about us and all our shows, and this event for May 16th and the ticket link are on our website,
Nice.
as well as, lots of other fun stuff like websites typically have. And
And we'll share it too. So it'll go
Darn
to our
tootin'.
site too. Yep.
and then all of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
YouTube.
are
Let me guess. Gretchen Emory Band.
Nice.
you rock, Claire. Gretchen Emory Band. Yeah.
I picked quick.
At Gretchen Emory Band.
You
all
were
those
paying
things.
attention.
I was.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that the question? Did I answer the question?
Yeah, website.
Yeah. What is GretchenEmory.com?
And that's where you can buy tickets for the party.
You can or the Queen, the venue has tickets on lots of, it's on Eventbrite. It's at the Queen Wilmington website, on their events page. Yeah.
Nice.
So
And
there's
you
a link in my bio on YouTube, not on YouTube.
Which is Gretchen Emory Band.
We got stuck on YouTube. On Instagram at Gretchen Emory Band, there is a link for tickets in the bio as well. Many, many ways to find
get there.
tickets.
That's right.
Call me if you
Just
have a
Google it.
problem. Just Google
Just
it.
Google it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that, Claire.
Like Mike
just
just
Google
did.
it.
I think Mike just
Google
Googled it.
Actually, YouTube called. They want us to stop talking about YouTube.
Because they're listening to our phones and
Yeah.
it's just like setting them off. So.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the little more into the album, little bit of time, I think it's time we tortured Denise.
Yes. Woo. Do, do, do.
Welcome to the new segment of Rock On Radio. It's called Torture Denise.
Torture the
Tonight's
spouse.
question is, what are your intentions with my friend Mike?
Oh,
Actually, as we were talking about earlier, you're in a relationship with a artist, a musician, a drummer.
drummer.
Yeah. So we don't confuse.
Is that all the
anybody.
same thing?
You're in a relationship with a musician and artist, but you're married to Mike.
Bobby Rush actually has a record or song out, and I can't remember the title, but he says, "I got a problem with my three women.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is sick, my wife left me, and my woman isn't feeling well." Or something. So,
Bobby Rush.
and it takes a special kind of person to do that. But as we talked about earlier, you're totally supportive of Mike and being in a band, and you've been listening very intently to these new songs. This first you heard them?
Some of them, yes.
Some of them?
Well, she hasn't heard the rest of them yet. We've only played 2. Poor thing.
I'm sorry for her
Who's
behavior.
Bad at
Denise.
math now.
I still got more to play. Huh?
The last 2. That's the first time I've heard them, yes.
Nice.
Nice. And do you wish to opine on those? Or
I think they're beautiful. I think her voice is beyond beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
She's amazing.
as a member of the band's support staff, when you go see them, I've seen them, and they're a lot of fun. And when you look at the audience, kind of doesn't it's got to make you smile when you see everybody having a good time.
Absolutely. I've seen Mike play in several bands, and I have to say I do believe that Gretchen is the most talented singer he's played with.
Oh, thank you.
See, that's a great compliment.
It is a huge compliment.
See, Mike, what do you
I'm
think about
humbled.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Aw.
that? There, Mike concurs with your assessment. See, that's what it takes to be like in a relationship with an artist. You got to be on the same page. You got to,
Mike's sitting next to me. He's not going to say anything else.
Mike's within an arm's reach. What's your favorite part about going to see the Gretchen Emory band?
Well, my family also loves to go watch them play, so it's like a family event. So it's fun, and my friends. So we all go and watch them as a group. So
Okay, so that's good. So you like your family.
most of them.
Okay. Excellent. Most of them. I'm not going to ask you who. Just I'll keep you safe that way. Take care of you there, Denise. All right.
Can I add to that? They are great audience members. Your family and friends. They're
fun.
They're
people.
so fun.
Yeah.
They're engaged and they are clearly enjoying the vibe. So yeah. So we're so glad you bring them because they make the show so fun.
Speaking of vibe,
Yeah.
what kind of vibe is it that Gretchen Emory tries to create?
I don't try to create a particular vibe, but I think it comes out of Kenny and I as we're writing. As let me put it this way: if we're being true to whatever I'm trying to say in the lyrics and whatever he's trying to put across in the musical structure of the song, comes out the way it comes out. But I always feel like I need to tell a story, and I want to feel. I need to feel the emotion of that story, whatever that song happens to be about, and hope that other people feel it too. And we tend to be in that place, as I said before, somewhere between soul and blues, and it just kind of ends up being a groove that people can dance to, can kick back to, can do whatever they need to do. I'll say this: anyone that Kenny or I, we're sharing our music all the time and having people listen, strangers and everybody. I don't care who they are, what their background is, how old, young, anything else. Everybody responds really well to it and loves the music. So I'm not sure how else to answer that question, but it appears that Mike has some thoughts because he's putting his
quick story if
headphones
I
back
could.
on. Uh-oh.
And Gretchen will obviously remember this. We were playing at the Sugar Bowl in Wilmington, which is an outdoor venue. And it's free. You know, people show up and bring their lawn chairs and everything. But the one thing that didn't show up was the power. Somebody had shut the power off, and we had no power. So when you talk about creating a vibe, we packed up all our stuff and minimal. I think, didn't Ken have to run home and get a guitar or something?
He did.
Acoustic guitar. So he ran all the way home, got an acoustic guitar, and we just brought everything out on the lawn. And all I had was a snare drum, and that was it. everybody else was acoustic, and
Randy ran home for a little amplifier
That's
because
right.
he lived real close, and we had the crowd come in, like,
And-
come closer.
yeah, everybody
Come
just
into
kind of
us.
gathered in real tight, and we had the most fun. Just on the fly. You talk about creating a vibe. The vendors were happy, the people were happy, we were happy. Yeah, it was awesome. I'd like to do that again.
That was a lot of fun. It was very.
But
Yeah.
the point I'm trying to make is usually when we show up and play, she gives off a vibe. Everybody's having fun. That's kind of, you can't aim for anything else but that, right? So,
What kind of vibe do you get from? You've been to our shows. Show.
Yeah.
You've heard our recordings. What kind of vibe do you get?
Thrash metal.
I had a feeling you might say that. We get that a fair amount. I didn't want to distract with that, but
Shut him off. Don't even bother asking him a question.
so she doesn't know that vibe, and she doesn't know that vibe. I know that
That vibe, right?
And that is not the vibe
vibe. That
you
is
give
not
off.
the vibe you give off.
No, going to see you guys it kind of takes me back to the late 70s, early 80s, when music thrived in bars, where there were many more venues that were having live music. And when you would go to see a band, they did a little bit of everything. Like you guys did original music. That's what they used to do back in the day. You guys did the Ray Charles tune that you do. What's it? Unchain My Heart. So you had that. You had just enough covers and just enough originals where it was like, whoa, that's really cool. A great mix, and it's a good time, rock and roll
yeah.
experience. And I think, today's, at the risk of sounding like that guy we talked about earlier, get off my lawn, at the risk of sounding like an old guy, speaking of my mother, the old guy.
Well, tell her I said
and
hi.
the thing,
I
just
do
hung up
like
on
her.
He hung up on her.
When you call her back.
I should call her back, put her on the air. So, at the risk of sounding like that, if you go, like, in today's day and age, where kids or people playing music learn it from YouTube or
Gretchen Emory.
a few years ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago, whatever it was Rock Band, right? Which was good if it stimulated interest in wanting to play guitar, but or you go out to see, like, they have the School of Rock, they have all these different various things. I often wonder what they would do in a situation where they're thrown at Jamie's House of Music. And they have an audience that's not all their family and friends. So it's a hostile environment pretty much because they've never seen you. So many bands today, and I can't remember who I had this discussion with.
Wasn't me.
No, one you. It might have been.
I mean, I've heard this before, but it wasn't me.
It might have been Sarasano.
That was confident.
But like we had this discussion where you can't hone your craft or develop any kind of chops if you're only going to do it within the friendly confines of.
Yeah. I think it was Sarasano, and I think it was here. Now that I remember hearing you say that.
Yeah, you don't.
Wasn't me though.
You don't get a chance to fall down and then try to improve
Right.
because your family's going to love you.
Right.
Period.
Well, they're going to tell you
Unless you
what
have a
want
good,
to hear.
unless you have a good couple people
Yeah.
who are saying,
Yeah. No, but that's
But-
what the great thing
true.
about your band. I mean, you have had a lot of musicians come through as well, and people have supported you, but they're always top notch, which is always my experience of what I've heard. So and I know you said there's other people that actually were on some of the album and
Yeah.
things that you had
Oh
come
yeah,
in.
you want to talk
Yeah.
about that? Who is it?
top notch. So on the album, and I want to get back to this question in a minute, but because Kenny, I want to share some things that Kenny has said over the years. But I did also want to mention on the album, we had Eric Johnson on drums, Philly-based drummer. Jim Steger is on some of the bass tracks, as well as our bass player, Randy. And I think I had mentioned the other the other players who will be joining us on the show.
And they're all brought together by Derek.
Yeah, it's all Derek. It's all Derek. So we met Derek. We had called Kenny's friend Peter Humphreys, who was an engineer at Sigma Sound in Philly, and so Kenny knew him from years and years ago, and we were looking for a good studio and called him, and he connected us with Derek, and it's been. We only allowed Derek one song. That was "If Love Were Enough." We're like, okay, buddy, show us what you got. And he said, "Trust me. If you will give me your trust, I will deliver for you." And he has time and time again. He makes us better. You know, he brings the best out. He finds what the song needs to be. He allows the song to reveal itself in the right way as a producer, and he pushes us. You know, he brings the best out in us as a band and songwriters as well. So we've learned a lot from him. So
That's great.
thank you, Derek Chafin.
He tells me I screw up in just the nicest way.
We
just
call
the
him-
nicest way.
We call him the Mr. Rogers of the music industry. He is
He's like, I see what you did there, but you're not going to want to do that.
he could fire you and make you feel good about
I
it.
know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
But can I? But I
Yeah,
wanted to get
circle
back
back.
to the thing about vibe and everything, and you know, and it is kind of a nebulous thing, right?
Sunday
Vibe.
word.
Like it's
Saturday
like,
word.
I have
it's
a
what you
lot of
feel.
words
It's
to
like,
look up.
What? It's that thing for me. It's that thing that makes you want to sway or move your hips or, you know, put you in a certain mood or get you out of a certain mood. Kenny has said a couple of things repeatedly to me in regard to music over the years. And one is that rock and roll should be dangerous. It should be right on the edge. You should, or, you know, you want your audience to feel like, oh my God, are they gonna eat me? What's gonna happen next? You know, and he really comes with that mindset. Rock and roll should be dangerous. You should be walking on that wire, or you're either plowing ahead or you're falling off. And there goes that
Thought train
Short.
derailed again.
gone in an instant. What's the other thing that Kenny says?
Rock and roll, dangerous.
Rock and roll dangerous.
Kenny. I'll take you,
And-
lizard.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
for bringing it back. It was the
Brought
lizard.
it all full
The
circle.
lizard.
Snakeskin shoes, baby. Put them on your feet.
Because lizards are dangerous and rock and roll should be
I got the
dangerous.
good time music with the wibbly
Vibes.
beat.
Yeah, the vibe.
I am completely off now. He says,
No, I can't imagine.
no.
Not here.
Kenny says, Kenny Wendell, life is short. Pay attention.
Oh yeah, he said that the very first time you guys
See?
ever came on.
Life is short. Pay attention. And so, you know, some of our music comes from a real civil and socially minded perspective, and Kenny's a philosopher at heart, and he will he wants to, you know, push and help encourage people to pay attention.
But I think
is what
today, I mean, we had philosophers maybe, you know, in past lives and things. I mean, our philosophers today are the musicians, are the songwriters. I mean, that's where philosophy really gets put out
Yeah.
there. And otherwise, you would have been a poet at another time frame, maybe. But the only the venue that we have is really music, where
Yeah.
philosophers thrive with their songwriting.
Yeah.
I think that's his avenue to
Well,
get his message out.
And speaking of
Truly.
which, let's do some more music.
Well, speaking of, yes, exactly. Kenny's statement, life is short, pay attention. Let's play Rise Up. We were down in Montgomery, Alabama, and we went to the there's an Equal Justice Initiative museum, which was started by Brian Stevenson, who is an attorney who happened to grow up in Delaware.
Wow.
You may have heard of the movie Just Mercy. It was a true story, and an attorney helps get this man off of death row. He was wrongfully accused, etc. So excellent movie. But it is Brian Stevenson who is the attorney in this movie. And so he started this Equal Justice Initiative and an anti-lynching memorial. So while we were at the anti-lynching memorial, we were just moved is not the right word, but moved to say the least. And that's sort of where the song Rise Up came from. And, it also, in keeping with the theme of a little bit of time, is, sometimes while you're going through that journey of self-discovery, you gotta kick back and take a stand. So
Nice. There it is. Rise Up.
I was walking through the fields of my brothers, through the fields of my sisters, through the fields of our souls. Oh Lord, what have we done to our brothers? What are we doing to our sisters? What will we do with ourselves? Rise up, rise up. No darkness can win this fight, so let your light shine through. Enough to rise up. Oh, I wonder, can we make a place where the branches are broken? Strange fruit cannot, no, cannot grow. Oh, rise up, rise up. Darkness can't win this fight, so let your light shine through. Enough to rise Rise up, feed your brother. Rise up, carry your sister. Rise up, don't let your light go out. Rise up, hey, 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 yeah. Rise up, come on, rise up. Don't let your light go out. Rise up, hey, 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 yeah. Rise up, come on, rise up. Don't let your light go out. Rise up.
Woo! Rise up, baby.
which not to be confused with Bruce Springsteen.
Did
Come
he do a
on
song?
up for the rising.
Oh, I have no
The
idea.
Rising.
I could.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
She's actually-
I would never confuse you or choose them over you. Just saying, because I don't like Bruce Springsteen. But yeah.
What's the matter?
Yeah. No. Bleh.
I would, Bruce, if you're listening, I love you, and I would happily open for you or just
Well, that's true.
say
I would
hello.
I would come see him if you were opening for
Why are
him.
you looking at me like that? I love you as well.
I didn't hear that come out of your mouth.
Well, then you haven't been listening to the interview because I said it 2 or 3 times already today.
You're such a baby.
Try to pay attention.
Life is short.
Maybe you need
Life
a
is
pet
short.
to take care of again.
Actually,
Bearded dragon, the lizard.
first time I ever met Springsteen was on the boardwalk in
I
Asbury
heard.
Park.
You
Yeah.
told me this story.
Oh,
I
I
love
tell you
this
that
story.
story?
Yeah.
It's a good story.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But
I met him at like Delicious Orchards too, and I've actually did his kid's
Well, tell him to
graduations.
call me, please.
I don't want to tell him to do anything. I know exactly where he lives too. I have no desire. Never
do
did.
they still
actually.
do Halloween? They used to do like Halloween really big. Like they love
Probably.
Halloween, and then they had to stop because it got
Oh yeah, insane.
so many
Probably.
throngs of people getting candy from Bruce.
Yeah.
and-
He's in the middle of nowhere on Laird Road.
Did-
I mean, I used to do it as a kid. My best friend lived across the street before he even lived there. I knew that area. So.
Okay.
Did I ever tell you the story about the
Horses.
time Clarence Clemens' son Nick and I were playing golf?
No.
It's a pretty funny one too. We're playing golf, and we're driving down a fairway, and he get to his ball, he hits, and it's taking a while, and he goes in his golf bag, and he comes out, and he sits down. He was driving the cart, so he sits down, and he looks over at me, and he had opened up a pack of those orange, like crackers with the cheese.
Yeah,
in them,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Cheese.
So he looks at me and he kind of flicks his wrist with the pack of crackers, and he looks at me and he goes, "Cracker?" And I looked at him. I said, "Negro." The two of us fell out of the golf cart. We were laughing so hard.
That is a funny story. That's a funny story.
Yeah, Nick's all right. He's
Great.
funny.
I will never look at a pack of cheese crackers
Yeah,
the
right.
same
Not
way
thinking of that story,
again.
right? Yeah, we didn't do so well on the course that
Can't
day.
wonder
It
why.
hardly matters.
I lost count of the beers we had.
You
I
got an
didn't-
amazing story out of it.
That's funny. So, again, websites and everything. Let's get them out there one more
I
time.
think we're pretty good on the YouTube.
Just go to YouTube. It's there.
All social media is Gretchen Emory Band, and our website is GretchenEmory.com. And Emory is spelled Emery. A lot of people put an O in there, but it doesn't really matter. If you put in,
Just Google it.
just Google it.
That's
if
right.
you put it in, it'll find us.
It will.
It'll find us.
It's easy.
Mike, what's most fun about playing with Gretchen Emory Band?
Oh my God, the YouTube videos. No,
I knew that. I just wanted to hear you say it.
no. Well, they put up with me for one, so that's But it's just fun every time. Rehearsals are fun. Playing out is just a blast. I mean, I had actually stopped using the word amazing when we were in Alabama because everything was amazing, and they were like, really? You're not even trying now. So I had to go to other adjectives to tell them, but
That's where
it's-
ridiculous came in.
it kind of ridiculous, yeah. It's kind of like a family now, and we haven't really, in the grand scheme of things, maybe a little over a year together, year and a half,
With
maybe.
you?
Yeah, hasn't been like
No,
in the
you're
grand
like,
scheme.
Aren't you're like 2 years.
I thought she was going to say
You're
10.
2 years, and Frank has been with us for a year.
Okay, so 2 years. So in the grand
Randy's
scheme
been
of
with
things,
us
it's
for
not
like
like
5.
crazy, but it turned into a family pretty much immediately. Joking around and busting chops and having fun. It was just, it's always been fun.
So you put the fun in dysfunctional, is what you're saying.
As soon as I look that up, I will let you know. Yeah.
It's
we
nebulous.
We do have, we have fun dysfunction. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Plus, you and Randy and Frank all played together.
Randy, I've been in three
Or
bands
Randy,
with.
at least, yeah. Okay.
Frank, I just met
through
this band.
Okay.
But I mean, we just have fun right off the bat. It's always fun. You know, we're serious when we need to be serious, and joking around when we need to joke around. You know, there's always a well-timed joke to break the tension. You know, so yeah.
Usually that comes from Frank.
Somehow along the line, I got the nickname Gronk. I don't know. You know, but I've never had a nickname in my life before, so I was impressed with that. You know, they love me enough to give me a nickname.
Really?
Yeah.
He signs. He left us some notes in when we were down Muscle Shoals, and like he signed some Gronk, and then we know who it is.
Stick around long enough, Danny gives everybody a nickname.
Well, I usually give the nicknames. Yeah.
What do you have coming up for gigs?
Oh. We have the whole year is full up. So May 16th is our album release party at the Queen in Wilmington, Delaware. In June, we are at Rockford Park in Wilmington, Delaware. We are also at White Clay Creek State Park. I feel like there's another park in there. We got 3 park gigs. I might need to go to my own website. In July, we're at the Poconos. We've been playing an event there for the past 3 years. It's called the Shawnee River Fest at Shawnee on Delaware. It's beautiful.
Beautiful place, yeah.
Beautiful backdrop. Lots of acts. It's a United Way. The festival benefits the United Way. I can't get much past July. I think August we're free. September, we always play Unity Day in North Philly. And we do it's not a public event, but there's a veterans stand down every year nationally that helps provide services primarily to homeless vets, but all vets are welcome. We do the stand down in Dover, Delaware, where I was born and grew up, incidentally, and we play at 8:30 in the morning on a Friday for the veterans stand down, and it is an amazing. Hold on before you speak. It's an amazing event.
We are married.
She knows you well enough. Something was coming.
It is so fun, isn't it? We have so much fun at the veterans stand down. So there are a multitude of vendors and providing medical services, appointments, connection with veteran services, clothing. They have lunch for the vets. It's just it's a fabulous day. It really is. So to preface this, whatever you're about to say is it is worth it. It is like at first it's like, what? You're playing at 8:30 in the morning, an hour from your home, but it's great. It is. We love it. We've been doing it for the past 3 years, and
anything for the veterans, right?
Anything for the vets.
Oh, just so you know, this show over the 16 years has been a huge supporter of veterans charities. Our late friend Danny Rongo used to run a Rock the Vets thing.
Oh, cool.
Way up in North Jersey, like near near Easton, and Bethlehem.
Yeah. No, I know where you mean. Yeah.
In Asbury at the Pattenberg House, I think it is. But anyway, and we used to always support him there, and we did over the year. One of the first sponsors I had was a military charity for homeless vets.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. I love it.
Matter of fact, that's why I flew out to California. 3 years ago now. I flew out to California. I was asked to go out there and MC an event for homeless
sweet.
vets. Nice. So, yeah, we always support the military. 8:30 in the morning is tough.
It's not the rock star start time. Let's put it that
That's
way.
what I was going to say. Do you go from the gig the night before right to the parking lot?
Yeah, we just sleep there. And
Excellent. Now we're talking rock and roll.
Yeah. There you go. And then we bust out of there for the next gig. Yes.
Yeah, get your tour
noon.
bus.
Yeah. Filled with old guitars. Yeah.
My tour bus is a 2015 Escape. With
I was just telling Claire
He's so cool.
last week that I think I need a tour bus.
yeah.
I've been dragged out of retirement, like what, 2 or 3 times now? These
You
people
should.
dragging
You
me
should
out
have
of
a Rock on
retirement.
Radio tour bus.
Yeah. I already have a banner.
Well, stick it up there.
Whoa!
Get some duct tape, man.
Well, I didn't finish. I have a tour bus that's a 2015 Escape that I will sell to you. That's what I'm.
So you can have your own tour
Yeah,
bus.
you can have your very.
It's not a
own.
very large vehicle
It's
for
not.
a drummer.
It's not. It's not.
Although-
Fits everything though.
When I was
It's just you, so
when I was in my early
I ain't going on tour. Don't even get.
when
tour
I
bus of
was
one.
17, 18 years old, I used to put my Ludwig 5-piece kit and all the hardware in a 69 Camaro, so I could do that.
Yeah.
Well, we got some time yet. Let's do another tune.
Cool. Why don't we play Walk With You?
Okay.
Walk With You is, just steadfastness.
And these are all off the new album, Little Bit of Time.
All off the new album, Little Bit of Time. Releasing May 16th.
Yay!
At
We'll have our release party at the Queen in Wilmington, Delaware.
500 Market.
500 Market Street.
We start at 8 p.m. Tickets are $15. Go
Doors
to
open at 7.
GretchenEmory.com.
Videos will be on YouTube pretty soon.
$15. Thank you, Claire.
And this is Walk With Us.
No, it's not. It's Walk With You.
Walk With You. That's a you. He's confusing me. Usually it cuts off. Walk With
I
You.
find your lack of YouTube very disturbing.
When stars
Gretchen Emory Band.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song?
Walk with you.
Walk with you.
The U is a U. I thought it was a US. Because it's right next to like another letter.
Remember the old
number.
show Concentration where they had the puzzle, the Rebus puzzle, or whatever that was?
Yes.
You had to figure it out, yes. So the license plates, what it means.
Yeah,
B
correct.
plus a minus a
That's
thing.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was it.
yeah.
It happens. I had to keep
That's
it on
all
your
right. I'm
toes.
sorry. I didn't mean to
No,
I
no, it
just
was right.
wanted
I
to make
just
sure we
read it wrong. Yeah.
We
have
like
the
to
right title.
abbreviate.
So
we
the-
abbreviate a lot.
So
yeah.
the new album is called,
Little bit of time.
and it comes out May 16th with
Yes.
a raucous party.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Should I bring bail money?
Hey.
No. No.
I mean,
We'll leave him there.
Mike's
That
saying
depends
yes.
on- that
Oh, you want to
depends
leave
on
me in
you.
jail?
you know, Rodney Square is right down the street. It's like a little park. You could just
Find a
camp
park
out.
bench.
Camp out if you had
Be
to.
a homeless guy.
But yeah, Little Bit of Time is the album. We're so excited about it, and it releases May 16th, and it will be streaming everywhere.
Nice.
Spotify, Apple, all those streaming sites.
So if Claire and I show up,
When you show up, yes.
Yes.
when we show up, yes, will you acknowledge both of us or just her?
Her first.
Just
Yes.
there.
Wow, Mike, you too? Wow.
She makes the show go
Well, obviously not.
or stop.
Exactly. It rises and falls right here.
You know we love both you guys.
How long was this album in
Oh
the
my
making?
gosh! I think we started on it at the end of 2022. We released our
Wow.
EP in 2022 in July, and I think we were starting to talk with Derek about the next one at the end of.
Because that's when you came on the show too. You were talking about the other.
The
What was
other
name of the album. Yeah.
If Love Were
If
Enough.
Love Were Enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear my shirt. Everybody loves that. and I
Oh,
tell them
they
about the
do?
song. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Actually,
sweet.
Because they're like, what does
I
that
love
mean?
that.
And I'm
If
like,
Love Were
well,
Enough.
wait till you hear.
is there any truth to the rumor that that's why Kenny's not here? He's actually selling pints of blood so that he can finance the next album?
I don't like to talk about it too much, but he is a very generous person, so he's out
yes.
helping
He's
some
a
other
donor.
people
That's right. That's
now.
right.
Yeah,
He's a donor.
donating blood. No, I need him to keep all that.
Keep it all in.
muster up all his energy for the show.
9 months from now,
He'll be-
Kenny's going to have 10 kids. I didn't
know.
say that kind of donor.
We all got to donate something.
We go through. We need more musicians for the band.
Gotta look at it that way. Spread it.
What's the average life expectancy of a Gretchen Emory bandmate?
2 years and counting.
2 years and
That's
13 days right now.
Again, websites and everything, Gretchen. How about your YouTube? Can you?
Gee, I got to think about that one. All socials, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook are Gretchen Emory Band. And our website, should you choose to Google it,
That's right.
is GretchenEmory.com.
EMERY.
Thank you, Claire.
Beautiful. And again, CD release party May 16th at the Queen in Wilmington, Delaware, 500 Market Street. Tickets are $15. What'd I forget?
Doors open at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Gretchen Emory Band plays at 8.
That's right.
Followed by Harvey Road at 9 to keep the party going. And
Tickets
It-
$15.
it's going to be an amazing night. Tickets are available at our website, GretchenEmory.com, or at the Queen Wilmington website, and also in our bio on Instagram
Nice.
at Gretchen Emory Band.
Cool.
It'll be an amazing, fun time. We can't wait, and so don't miss it.
That's
And
right.
Denise will be there.
Yay! Woo, with her party,
Well,
with her,
that's right.
with her fam, with her
with her,
peeps.
with her people.
And I'll be sitting there with like a pen and paper writing down which ones she likes and which ones she doesn't.
All of them.
Well,
And we're so, can I just say, like, Kenny and I are so grateful to have the players that we have playing with us, to have Mike, to have Randy and Frank, and that, you know, they show up, they come to rehearsals, they keep us laughing, they work on the music, they, you know, and we do a lot of extra stuff, traveling to Alabama or rehearsing up at Derek's house or, you know, wherever, and we're so grateful to them, not only as musicians but as our friends, and that we get to come into their world a little bit and get to know their families and have their
Gonna make me say
support,
something.
like Denise and so it's personal for Kenny and I. We're grateful. We've had a lot of different bands over the years, and this has been the most like family.
fantastic.
I got to say
All right.
something sappy now, or
Your turn.
No, I'm going to save you, Mike. I got to wrap it up.
appreciate that.
and we're so grateful to Derek Chafin, our producer as well, and all the other players who play on the album and come out with us live.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, Denise, it was very nice meeting you. Mike, it was nice talking to you.
My pleasure, completely.
And I tease Gretchen, but you know I really do love you guys. And
Love you too, Danny.
you are always
Claire.
welcome. I heard that one. You are always welcome. You always have a seat at my table. Anytime we can help you guys, all you got to do is text me.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Call me,
and,
whatever
and
you wanna
we
do.
appreciate you both as well. And it's always so much fun to come on Rock on Radio. This is
Yeah,
our
that was
third
a blast.
Rock on Radio interview. So
It was
I'm
amazing.
thinking
Amazing.
next
Not ridiculous.
next week, I know
Never the name.
Never the Name. That's right. They just booked that the other day.
I just looked.
So Never the Name will be in. They've been here before, and they actually wanted to come back.
Yay.
So
That's good.
I'm happy about that.
I'm
Gretchen's
sure.
been here before and wanted to come back.
I want to come back.
Mike wants to come back. So good luck. May 16th,
thank you.
The Queen, 500 Market Street in Delaware. Gretchen Emory CD release. Till next time.
Rock on!